I'm back. I was talking about the Sierra Club, and I think I was probably done. And then the family stuff. Yeah. So that's some other things that are gonna just be crazy with these next couple months. And then main thing, not even main. All of them are main. They're all part of my life. Moving. Our lease is up here end of June, so we're looking to be moved in somewhere end of June. Like ideally, like a week before the lease is up, I want to have a move-in date somewhere else. And that's really like, because I really wish I could have stability without living with my parents, but I just, like, it wouldn't be stable because I would be living with my parents, you know? So, I'm not going to explain why, but just trust me, I'm not being dramatic. I'm logical, and it is for the best for me not to live with them. So, yeah, that's like the things that are making me stressed, that it's making this next month look scary. Plus another thing that I'm not going to talk about, because when something has to do with a second person, it's not like beef, it's a good thing, but privacy. It's not even privacy, but it's like, I feel weird talking about it and posting it on YouTube. If you're my friend or him, you know what I mean. You catch my drift. But yeah. Art. Why am I doing art? That's been my fucking question. I've been in this class called Action. It's been talking a lot about, like, the modernist folks. Like, I don't know if they're modernist. Like, the people who are questioning why we do art. I always think of Yoko Ono. The Happenings. The, Fluxus artists. The, like, performance art. Art that isn't art. Art as, like, activism, I guess. And I was questioning that. I'm like, why would we make art about a political issue when we could just, like, fund actual tangible things? And then my teacher gave me a bunch of examples that didn't make me feel any better. Ooh, big bird. Like, she was like, this is proof of why, like, this, and this. These examples are proof of why art is good. And each of them were, like, one of them was, like, this abortion boat that would, like, pull up. But they, like, did know, like, it had a full abortion clinic in the boat. And it was, like, a symbolic thing. It was symbolic because they didn't do very many abortions for places where abortions weren't allowed. You know? Like, that money that went into that very, like, extravagant and, like, attention grabbing. Yes, attention grabbing. But I'm like, once the attention's grabbed, we need to do something. And I don't think very many of those places have had, like, abortion healthcare wins because of that art. And I feel like all the money that went into making that boat with that abortion clinic could have, like, paid to, like, get people to, like, paid for people to travel to get abortions, or paid to lobby in the countries, or paid to, like, do anything else, I guess. That's how I feel. And then it's like, if I'm questioning it this much, why am I majoring in it? Why am I trying to make students become artists? And it's because I love it, and it feels life-changing. And I think making art has made me understand myself so much more, and understand why I function the way that I do. But, like, of course I love art. My life is easy. I have the space to enjoy art. But, like, we were also talking about how, like, those who are facing injustices often only can, like, handle it with the, like, support of art, I guess, like, that does make sense. Art as culture, art as worship, you know, singing songs with your community to be able to survive hardship. Like, there's, like, songs for labor unions. I love that. Labor unions fucking rock. And it's just, overall, I think that I've recently just realized how I am the ruling class. Like, despite not being a billionaire, I'm close to being a billionaire, you know, in the grand scheme. I'm gonna take another bite. But like, in being close to being a billionaire, of course I want to value stuff like art instead of what actually could bring tangible good to communities. Because I don't know what would bring actual tangible good to communities, because my communities don't need it, because they have it. They have more than enough. Like, sure, my family was hella mentally ill and like, oh, Jesus, sorry. Hella mentally ill, hella like not able to handle their lives because they're mentally ill. That's not really a systemic thing. That's like, I sound horrible, but it felt more like a them issue than it was a system issue, because white dude, white woman, my parents, they didn't have very many factors standing against them. My grandparents were landowners. They had a farm. Sure, they were really unwell. Sure, my dad has experienced some bullshit, some crazy shit, but like, it just doesn't feel like the same type of bullshit as systemic historical offenses that are happening to the majority of populations across the world, you know? Just one more sec. So yeah. I don't I don't know how I feel. I don't know what like the right way to feel is. I don't know what the like most moral way to feel is. That feels silly, you know? It's not about morals, it's about tangible. I guess it is about morals, but it's like there's just so many people who are living like horrific lives, and I'm benefiting from it. And everyone I love is benefiting from it. You know? But then like fucking Zach was in that anti-trans YouTube video, you know? I love so many queer people, trans people, people of color who are experiencing systemic issues here at home. And I don't know what's worse, because I don't experience much of anything. I obviously have problems. Everyone does, but I don't know. You know, like, do you understand what I mean, dear viewer? Do you get why this is like, I don't think I'm crazy for feeling kind of stuck at this. I'm like fighting to get to a point in my future where I'll feel peace, but I think my peace will have suffering behind it. Slavery computer, slavery phone, slavery food, you know? Probably slavery clothes. Also that I can go drunk bowling. And like, I feel like I'm always like trying to comfort myself. Like, I'm putting in so much work, but I'm like, I'm doing Zoom. I don't know. And obviously you come to question everything you do when you're exhausted, and I'm burnt out. Totally. 100% burnt out. I haven't had a chill month in a while. But like, I've been lucky to have such busy months, and my busy months are filled with such awesome things. You know, compared to the busy months of people like me who are motivated, who happen to be born in Gaza, who have died or are starving to death actively. Lost most of their family type deal, you know? But that's real and it's happening. And because that's real and happening, it feels like what I'm doing shouldn't be happening until that stops happening. But I don't know what I should study to make that happen, you know? Like, being a teacher has to have a net positive impact, but if I'm teaching in America, I feel like I'll just be upholding the same system. that most of the adults in my life are also upholding. I feel like a crazy person, but I don't think I am. I think I am in that I still exist in this system and still benefit from it. That feels crazy. Sorry, I look so busted, and I'm just ranting, making myself miserable while I live in luxury. And it's funny because I don't even fucking live in luxury. I don't buy any of the stuff that I want. I've been dreaming about buying compression socks for like 3 weeks. And like months actually, and I'm not because it's too expensive. So it's like I don't even live in fucking luxury because I'm poor. I'm poor as like a college student. I mean, like, I got this from Winco. It was only $2. $2 that I was able to spare, you know? And then I focus on like interpersonal stuff, which is real and is my reality. But it feels silly. I don't know. So that's been on my mind a lot. I love making stuff. I love art. I feel like it's changing my life. I love you, yes. I love trying to get to a good future. I just feel like I am so fucking privileged, and then I'm complaining about it, you know? I don't know. It's stupid. It's not stupid. It's just... I think I'm coming to age. Coming to a lot of conclusions. Like, if we're looking at this as, like, the broad end of my freshman year, I think I'm going to be ending off my freshman year with a lot of, like... considerations of, like, what it is that I want to do for the world. Do I want to do something for the world? Do I need to? I think I should. What do I want to do for the people in my life? I feel like I'm more willing to show up for the world than I am for my life and my people. But I'm hardly, like, it's like I'm showing up for the world, and I don't know what that even means. Like, tangibly, like, actually. I'm just, like, speaking abstract. It doesn't mean anything. But, like, your relationships do mean something. And I do show up well for the people in my life, but I could further. It is hard. It's hard, you know. It's hard being 18 moved out. Hard to be a student and working jobs, multiple jobs. It's hard to deal with fuck-ass family stuff and love people who have done bad things and try to figure out what that looks like. Especially when they have so many mutual connections to your life. If you catch my drift, you catch my drift. If you know what I mean. Especially when what that person you love did really mirrored something of your past. See, and then this just feels like fucking trauma dumping. It's like, I don't know the difference between honesty and expressing the reality of my life and oversharing. Like, I'm in a fucking documentary, and I never talk about it because I don't want to be, like, bragging, because I don't know if I am happy about it, but I don't feel like I deserve a platform at all. My life doesn't deserve celebration. And that sounds so horrible. Why would I say that about myself? I don't know. I'm hungover. I'm gonna go hiking in 3.5 hours somewhere, and then I'm gonna go to the ball that's in Memory Grove. That's like the disappearing sounds for the Great Salt Lake, made by a dude from Europe who did some EDM beats over some bird sounds with some interesting visuals. Why is that how we're representing the lake? That's not the people of the lake. I am not the people of the lake. This is the Native Americans shit, bro. They should be the ones showing us their art and getting this platform and making this fucking noise pollution and light pollution at nighttime in a park next to a creek where birds rest during fucking mating season. I don't know if it's mating season. I'm such a negative Nelly. This is bringing community together. Making people talk about the lake so that they can celebrate Trump giving us $1 billion while he denied the existence of the ozone layer. And we gotta prioritize the birds of the lake over the immigrants who are being concentration camped, you know? Like, it all just feels so like nothing will ever occur. But it will, and it has, and it's gonna keep occurring. And I'm tired. And I feel old. My hair's falling out. My hair is so thin now. So, anyone who's watching this from any part of my life, just know, I feel like I'm saying this all the time, but this version of myself isn't me, but I guess it is, because you are what you do. Manufactured misery. That's what I'm living.